Karim Benzema got the 5th of those 5 goals. He's in the form of his life, isn't he? 11 goals in his last 10 matches for club and country.
Karim the Dream, exactly, Kay. He was fantastic. He was voted man of the match. And is that a coincidence that he put that performance on the day? A big interview with him on ESPN is released everywhere. I don't think so, you know, but more seriously, they were fantastic. That front three of Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr, who scored one exceptional solo goal as well, and Karim were fantastic. They could easily have scored 10 goals. And also, it was the first time this season that Kroos, Modric and Casemiro started together again, and obviously that makes a big difference when you want to control a game like this one and avoid being in like end-to-end game like we saw last season when Shakhtar beat Real Madrid twice in the group stages.
So with the midfielders back in action and Vinny Jr in this form along with Benzema, are Real Madrid slowly finding their stride, Jules?
Yeah, I think so. They lost to Espanyol, of course, before the international break, and Sheriff, which wasn't good. The Espanyol game was really poor, I thought. The Sheriff one, they had 31 shots, 11 on target. The Sheriff goalkeeper made, I think, 10 or 11 saves. They could easily have won that game, but they lost it to an amazing goal from Sebastian Till right at the end, of course. But I think today you saw, especially as you said, with the return of Kroos, Casemiro and Modric all together in that kind of form, Ferland Mendy coming back at left back as well, which means that Alaba can now focus on being a centre-back alongside Eder Militao. That brings a bit more solidity, of course, even if Courtois had to make a couple of really good saves. And then you've got Vinny Jr in that kind of form, taking on players, being efficient finally in his finishing, in the decision-making of what he does too. It's good, and it's very good, of course, going into the Clasico on Sunday.
Jurgen, we're just 3 games into Group D. Inter, obviously, with a win, which will be a boost for them. Are you confident that they can get out of this group and avoid what happened last year?
I am confident, and they have to. They know there's no other way. I mean, they have to get the points. They have to make that. They did a statement today. They have to follow up on it. I think they're going to go through, and with Real Madrid, both teams.
Meanwhile, in Group C, things are pretty interesting. If we take a look at everything that's going on there, that's the group with Besiktas against Sporting. Sporting winning that game, and Ajax with a massive win over Dortmund. 4-0 it finished, and once again, there has to be questions of Dortmund's defence, Jurgen. It seems to be a running theme this season.
Yeah, really, it's kind of an ongoing discussion, obviously. They could kind of hide a couple of things throughout the Bundesliga campaign so far. They're only 1 point behind Bayern Munich still in the table of the league, in the Bundesliga. But on an international level, when you really kind of face a team like Ajax, that if you are not on top of your game, if you are not aggressive enough, if you are not able to kind of, show the right positioning, show the right shape, they kind of moved away a little bit from their 4-3-3 into a 4-4-2 in a diamond version. They were outplayed throughout the entire match. And then you get a lesson, and they got a lesson tonight from Ajax. They were superior, they were faster, they thought really well ahead of time in certain moments and executed well. Erling Haaland had one good opportunity, and that was it pretty much when it kind of hit the post. The goalkeeper did a good job there. But that's not good enough for the international level. And here, I think in Dortmund, they have to rethink a couple of things, and they have to definitely, defensively, as you said, they have to improve.
It's not good enough from Dortmund, is it, Jules? It's hard to know what you're going to get from them.
Yeah, it was terrible, I thought, defensively tonight. I mean, Thomas Meunier had a horrendous game. Emre Can on the Antony goal. I mean, Antony is the most left-footed player you could ever find in the whole world. I mean, he's amazing, but he's only left-footed. That's all. His right foot is for nothing in his life. And yet you let him go onto his left side and then have that curler to score that goal. I mean, what is Emre Can doing? Surely he should know that the only way Antony will go is on that left foot. And all of that. For Emre Can, someone so experienced and so intelligent, so good, to let a goal like this, to allow a goal like this to be scored, it's not good enough. And I think Marco Rose's made mistakes, but there's a lot of things that he's not on the pitch. It's not down to him, the one-on-one defending, for example. I agree with Jurgen. This is just not good enough. They could have lost 7 or 8-0 today, easily.
There'll be more talk about the Champions League on the Gab and Jules show. Make sure you download that wherever you do get your podcast. The latest one is out now, but on Thursday, no doubt, looking back on everything that we see in these Champions League games.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.